All right, get ready because today we are diving deep into a dish that might seem simple at first
Oh,
glance,
absolutely.
but it's unbelievably delicious.
It really is.
Hainanese chicken rice.
Hmm.
Just picture this. Tender, juicy chicken,
Oh, yeah.
fluffy rice that's just infused with that rich chickeny essence.
Yes.
And then you've got these vibrant dipping sauces that just add a burst of flavor to every single bite.
A symphony of flavor.
Exactly, a culinary symphony. And we're going to break down all the secrets behind this dish together.
You know what's so fascinating about Hainanese chicken rice to me is that it really highlights the power of technique
Hmm.
and high-quality ingredients.
Yeah.
It's proof that even the simplest ingredients,
Yeah.
when they're treated with care and precision,
Right.
can create something truly extraordinary.
I love that. And luckily for us,
Yes.
we have a comprehensive recipe and guide as our source
Oh,
material
perfect.
that's going to help us kind of unlock the magic
Yeah,
of this dish.
I love it.
So we'll explore its
Mm.
origins. We'll delve into those techniques.
Love it.
And we'll even offer some tips and variations along the way
Great.
so that you can recreate this masterpiece in your very own kitchen.
That's the goal.
So to kind of set the stage for us,
Yes.
this dish, it originates from Hainan,
Mm-hmm.
which is an island in southern China.
Right.
But its popularity, it's really spread throughout Southeast Asia, especially in places like Singapore and Malaysia.
Especially, you're right. Yeah.
It's become a beloved staple,
Uh-huh.
enjoyed by people from all walks of life.
Absolutely.
So let's jump right in.
Okay.
Let's start with the heart of the dish,
Right.
the chicken.
The star.
We're talking about poaching a whole chicken here,
Okay.
gently simmering it in this flavorful broth with ginger and scallions.
Right.
Now, have you ever poached a chicken before?
Oh, poaching is one of my favorite ways to cook chicken.
Oh, yeah.
It is a fantastic technique for getting that incredibly moist and tender chicken. And it's really all about just this gentle cooking, allowing the chicken to slowly release its flavors into that poaching liquid.
I like that.
And speaking of the poaching liquid,
Yeah.
that ginger and those scallions, they're not just there for decoration.
Right.
They really infuse the broth with these subtle aromatics
Okay.
that add another layer of depth to the final dish.
Okay, so we're already building that flavor
From the beginning, yes.
right from the start.
Yeah.
And then you have that final touch,
Uh-huh.
that drizzle of sesame oil.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know what some people might be thinking, like,
Oh.
oh, isn't that just for flavor?
Right.
But it's more than that, right?
Well, it is for flavor,
Okay.
but it's also about visual appeal.
Right.
That sesame oil adds a beautiful sheen to the chicken.
It does.
It makes it glisten, and it entices you to take a bite.
Makes it look delicious.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, it gives you that delicate, nutty aroma
Mhm.
that just enhances that whole sensory experience.
Okay, so we've talked about that chicken. Let's move on to what might seem like a simple element,
Right.
but to me, it's the secret weapon of this dish.
Oh, okay.
The rice.
The rice, yes.
This isn't just any plain rice, right?
It's not.
This rice is cooked in chicken fat,
Ah, yes.
and that is where the magic happens.
That's where the magic happens.
Why is that so essential?
It's a traditional technique,
Okay,
and it's absolutely essential for authentic Hainanese chicken rice.
got it.
And the reason for that is that rendered chicken fat carries that concentrated essence of the chicken.
Okay.
It infuses the rice with this unparalleled richness and depth of flavor.
You're making me hungry just talking about it.
I know, it's so good.
So the recipe also mentions
Yep.
sautéing garlic and ginger in the chicken fat before you add the rice.
Yeah.
Why is that step so important?
Think of it as building a foundation of flavor. So you're sautéing that garlic and ginger in the chicken fat.
Yeah.
You're creating this fragrant base for the rice to absorb.
I see.
Those aromatics, they bloom in that hot fat.
Okay.
They release their oils,
Mhm.
and it creates this symphony of savory notes
Yeah.
that will just permeate every single grain of rice.
Oh, wow.
So good.
So each step is intentional.
Very much so.
And it's like building on the previous one
Yes.
to create this harmonious blend of flavors.
That's it.
And speaking of flavor, we can't forget about those dipping sauces.
Yes, the sauces.
You got the refreshing ginger scallion sauce,
Right.
and then you have the fiery chili sauce.
Yeah, good contrast.
So what are your thoughts on these?
I think they are the perfect companions to the chicken and rice.
Okay.
You know, that ginger scallion sauce?
Yeah.
It's got those bright herbaceous notes.
Okay.
It cuts through the richness of the dish,
Yeah.
adds a refreshing element.
I like it.
And the chili sauce.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you can personalize the experience.
Okay.
You can adjust the heat level to your liking,
Right.
make it as mild or as fiery as you want. So which one are you more drawn to?
You know,
The refreshing zinging or the spicy kick?
if you know me,
Okay.
you know I love a little bit of heat.
Here.
So that chili sauce is calling my name.
I got you. I got you.
But I do want to point out
Okay.
how much emphasis the recipe puts
Mm-hmm.
on customizing those sauces.
Yes. Definitely.
It really encourages you to experiment
Yeah.
with different chilies, vinegars,
Yes.
sweetness levels. Make it your own.
Make it your own creation.
It's like a culinary adventure.
It really is.
So we've
Really.
covered the poaching technique for the chicken.
Yep.
We've talked about the secrets behind that flavorful rice.
Yes.
And we've even delved into the art of crafting those delicious dipping sauces.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to move on to some
Beginning.
tips and variations?
Absolutely. There's more to uncover.
Let's dive in.
Let's go.
Okay, so we were just discussing the beauty of customizing those dipping sauces, really making this dish your own.
It's one of the best parts.
Yeah. But before we jump into variations,
Yeah.
I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
The importance of using the chicken broth for the rice.
Ah, yes.
It's easy to overlook that detail,
It is.
but the source material really emphasizes it.
Right.
So why is that so crucial?
Well, it all comes down to layering those flavors and creating a cohesive dish.
Okay.
You remember that flavorful broth we used to poach the chicken?
Yeah.
It's infused with that ginger, the scallions, and, most importantly, the essence of the chicken itself.
Right.
So when you use that same broth to cook the rice,
Yeah.
you're basically weaving those flavors together
Okay.
and ensuring that every bite is infused with that savory depth.
So it's not just about adding liquid.
No.
It's about adding the right liquid.
The right liquid, exactly.
That already has all that goodness in it.
All those flavors from the chicken, exactly.
Now, I know some people might be thinking,
Okay.
okay, all this talk about poaching and rendering chicken fat sounds delicious. But I'm all about convenience. And the good news is the recipe also mentions using a rice cooker,
Oh, great.
which can be a real time saver.
Yes.
So does that compromise the flavor in any way?
Not at all.
Okay, good.
As long as you follow those key steps,
Yeah.
a rice cooker can be a fantastic tool
Yeah.
for making Hainanese chicken rice.
Okay.
The crucial part is to remember that initial saute
Okay.
of garlic and ginger in the chicken fat. That step is non-negotiable,
Got it.
even with a rice cooker.
Right.
You've got to infuse that fat
Okay.
with those aromatic flavors,
Right.
and that's what's going to get absorbed by the rice as it cooks.
So even with modern conveniences,
Yes.
those traditional techniques are still essential.
They are.
It's about understanding the principles behind the recipe,
I agree.
not just blindly following the steps.
Exactly. You got it.
Okay. Speaking of adding elements,
Right.
the recipe suggests serving the chicken and rice with some light green vegetables.
Oh, yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's a brilliant touch.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, think about the overall composition of the dish.
Okay.
You've got that rich, savory chicken,
Yeah.
that flavorful rice, and those punchy dipping sauces.
Yeah.
Adding some fresh, vibrant green vegetables.
Yeah.
It brings a wonderful balance to the meal.
So it's not just about adding more food.
No, not at all.
It's about creating this harmonious and well-rounded experience.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so give me an example.
All right, so you could do something like some sauté bok choy
Okay.
or some steamed broccoli.
Okay.
You know, it adds this lovely contrast
Yeah.
in texture and flavor. Those crisp, slightly bitter greens
Yeah.
cut through the richness of the dish.
Okay.
They add this refreshing element
Yeah.
that just keeps your palate engaged.
Okay, so we're not just stuffing ourselves.
No, 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 no.
We're kind of cleansing the palate as we go.
Exactly.
Now, for those who might want to enjoy Hainanese chicken rice as an appetizer
Okay.
or a lighter snack,
Right.
the recipe also mentions some other serving options.
Yeah. There are a lot of different ways to enjoy this.
What else can we do?
Well, you could serve it with some pickled vegetables
Okay.
for a tangy, crunchy contrast.
I like that.
Imagine like those vibrant pink pickled onions
Oh, yeah.
or some crisp cucumbers alongside the chicken and rice.
Okay.
It's a textural and flavor explosion.
Oh, wow.
So good.
That sounds amazing.
It is.
I can already imagine those flavors dancing on my tongue.
You too.
The recipe also mentions crispy spring rolls
Oh, yeah.
as a potential pairing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I think crispy spring rolls would be a fantastic addition.
Okay.
They bring another textural element to the dish,
Okay.
that satisfying crunch
Yeah.
that contrasts beautifully with the tender chicken and the fluffy rice.
Okay. Yeah.
Plus, you can get creative with the spring roll fillings. Maybe incorporate some shrimp and vegetables.
Oh.
Or a savory pork filling.
Yeah, you could really go crazy.
Oh, for sure.
I love how this recipe really encourages you to think outside the box.
Yes.
Play with different flavors, textures, make it your own.
That's what's so fun about it.
What do you think is the most important thing for someone trying Hainanese chicken rice for the first time?
Oh,
Keep in mind.
I would say don't be afraid to experiment.
Okay.
This dish is incredibly forgiving
Right.
and adaptable.
Okay.
Try different chili peppers for the sauce.
Uh-huh.
Adjust the cooking time for the chicken to your liking.
Yeah.
Play around with different garnishes.
So it's not about following the recipe to the letter.
It's not.
It's about understanding those core techniques.
Yes.
And then making it your own.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it.
That's what makes cooking so much fun.
I agree.
It's about discovering new flavors,
Definitely.
experimenting with different techniques,
Yes.
like creating something that's uniquely yours.
It is. It's a journey.
We've talked about the chicken and the rice and the sauces and even some fantastic serving suggestions.
Oh, yeah. We've covered a lot.
But there's one key ingredient that we haven't explored in detail.
What's that?
One that might seem humble, but is actually a total game changer.
Oh, okay. I'm intrigued.
I'm talking about chicken fat.
Ah, yes. Chicken fat.
It's the unsung hero
It really is.
of Hainanese chicken rice.
You know, it might not be the most glamorous ingredient,
Right.
but trust me, it makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Remember how we talked about layering flavors?
Yeah.
Well, chicken fat is where that concept really shines.
The recipe even suggests saving the skin from the poached chicken and rendering it to get that extra fat for the rice.
I love that.
I love that commitment to flavor.
Yes.
It shows just how much those subtle nuances matter in this dish.
It really does. Every little detail counts.
So for those of you who might be new to the world of rendered chicken fat,
Yeah.
what makes it so special?
Okay.
What does it bring to the dish that other oils simply can't replicate?
Imagine this. You take a bite of that fluffy rice, and it's not just bland starch.
Right.
It's infused with this incredible depth
Yeah.
of savory,
Okay.
umami flavor that's almost indescribable. That's the magic of chicken fat.
Okay.
It carries the essence of the chicken itself,
Right.
adding a richness and complexity
Yeah.
that you simply won't get from vegetable oil or even butter.
It's like a secret ingredient
It is. It's like a secret weapon.
that elevates the entire dish.
Yes.
Takes it from simple to extraordinary.
Exactly.
And it's a reminder that sometimes the most unassuming ingredients can have the most profound impact on flavor.
Absolutely. You never know where that flavor is going to come from.
This entire deep dive has been a masterclass
I agree.
in the power of technique and the importance of quality ingredients.
You said it.
It's not just about following a recipe.
No.
It's about understanding the why behind each step. How each element contributes to the final masterpiece.
And that's what makes Hainanese chicken rice so rewarding to explore. It seems so simple on the surface, but there's so much depth of culinary knowledge and tradition behind it.
Yeah.
It invites you to slow down, appreciate the subtleties, and savor the journey of creating something delicious from scratch.
So, for our listener
Yes.
who's now inspired to embark on their own Hainanese chicken rice adventure,
Okay.
what's the one piece of advice you'd leave them with?
I would say embrace the simplicity of this dish.
Okay.
Don't be intimidated by all the steps involved.
Right.
Focus on those quality ingredients, master those fundamental techniques,
Okay.
and most importantly, enjoy the process.
Love it.
Hainanese chicken rice.
Yeah.
It rewards patience and attention to detail.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
And remember, this deep dive is just the beginning.
It is.
We encourage you to explore the full recipe in the source material, experiment in your own kitchens, and discover the magic
It's magical.
of Hainanese chicken rice for yourselves.
It really is.
You know, this dish is really a microcosm
Oh, yeah.
of Southeast Asian cuisine.
It is.
It's this balance of bold flavors,
Yeah.
fresh aromatics, and satisfying textures.
Absolutely.
What other culinary treasures from this region might you want to explore?
Oh, good question.
That's something to ponder
It is.
as you continue your culinary journey.
I love that.
What a fantastic thought to leave our listener with.
It is. I'm excited for them.
Happy cooking, and until next time, keep exploring the delicious world of food.
See you next time.